Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Tim and this is Tim the Trailman, and today I'm going to give you a thorough walkthrough of this homemade trailer by my friend. I borrowed it from him for Destination Outdoor 2022. Spent a couple nights in it and got to use a lot of the features of it. So starting at the front, there is a battery box with 2 car batteries in it, and that will power up all the electronics and the LEDs. The batteries are recharged by solar power or shore power. You can plug into shore power here with this outlet that will have a battery tender charge the batteries, and you also will have the solar panel that will charge the batteries as well. Moving around to the side, you have a external water heater, and that water heater will run off of propane, and so you can use the non-potable water that's in the water pipe or a source from a campground and heat the water for washing dishes or also rinsing things off or doing a shower outside. On the other side of the camper, he has a awning hooked up, and he put a sail rail on top of the camper and then stitched a rope to an awning for the hand-built awning, and that works fantastic to get you out of the sun or the weather. Okay, so let's move to the inside of the camper. Starting at the front of the camper, in the top, you have 2 storage units that you can put clothing or utilities or other amenities that you would like up there. And in the middle of those storage units is where he has the solar controller for the 100-watt solar panel that's on the front, and that will allow you to monitor that and put input. He also has a remote briefcase that he can wire up and get that away from the camper. When you park the camper in the shade, you can run a solar panel out to the sun. Moving down below that in the front of the trailer, you have 2 storage compartments. On the driver's side of the camper storage, you have a diesel heater that we saw the reservoir for the fuel in the battery box at the front. And then the diesel heater has a little controller box right here where you can turn it on and control the heat output, and then just let the hose run. The diesel heater is way more than you need in the camper. It gets pretty hot. So maybe you start the night with the diesel heater on, and then you maybe turn it off and wake up in the middle of the night, and then you can turn it back on again when you get cold. You always want to leave some windows open while the diesel heater is running to vent it out. Leaving it on too long, you'll be able to toast bread inside the camper. And the other storage compartment is just an empty storage. You can put clothing, towels, water, whatever you like in that storage unit. Okay, so moving to the walls right there by the door, there's 2 light switches on each side by the door. One light switch will work the dome light on the inside for that appropriate side. So one switch will work the driver's side light, one switch will work the passenger side light. The second switch on the wall will work the exterior lighting. So you can see that here, that there is lighting on the driver's side, the passenger side, and the rear side of the trailer. The lights on the front, you might have seen in the video, are not hooked up. He doesn't like them, and we'll be taking them off in the future. So you can see a night shot of what the lights look like there as well. And so that's what those switches control there. I'm about 6'4". The mattress is the length of the remaining floor of the camper. I can sleep nose to tail on it with a little bit of spare room for the pillows. So roughly maybe 6'6", maybe 6'8" could sleep in here with a smaller pillow, and that's about the size of the mattress. Maybe a full size, 2 people comfortably sleep inside on the mattress. Right below the storage unit in the center for the solar controller is some USB hookups, a cigarette lighter hookup, and also some switches for a Bluetooth radio, the exhaust fan that is in the ceiling, and also another fan underneath the storage unit just to circulate some air. So from there, that's where the battery power or the shore power can power up and recharge cell phones, cameras, drones, and things like that using those USB outputs as well. With the radio, he does have 4 speakers in the camper, and that provides audio for movies if you wanted to watch with your iPad or a phone, playing Pandora or Spotify as well. And so the 4 speakers in the camper are way more than you need, but it sounds great as well. And it's a nice touch to have when you're out in the middle of nowhere if you wanted to have a little music playing in the background while you're making some dinner. Okay, so moving to the back of the camper, there's more storage inside these 2 cabinet units with some shelves. So that's either more clothing, more towels, anything that you could find. And so storage was of the essence here when he was building the camper. And then in between that, you have 2 speakers as well that go to the radio that we just talked about in the front. And then also right above that is going to be the air conditioning unit. There again, even the smallest air conditioning unit is going to be way more than the camper needs. It'll freeze you out in the summertime. And note for the air conditioner, the only way that it will work is if you are plugged into shore power, and so it will not run off the car batteries. It takes way too much amps for that to happen, and so you do need to be at a campsite to have that with electrical hookup. Right above those cabinets are 2 more storage units, so you can put anything that you like in there as well, nicely rounded carpentry and good storage spots there. Right below the exterior water heater is a door that goes to storage, and the storage goes through all the way to the other side. On top of the trailer is a roughly 4-inch PVC pipe that runs the length of the trailer, and that pipe I use for non-potable water, so you're not going to be drinking out of that, but you can be using that for dishes or rinsing off. And then to use it, you can hook up a water hose to it, and then you don't have to pressurize it. You can if you want to, but really if the trailer's just on a little bit of a tilt, then water flows out of that just fine. The length of the pipe times the diameter will roughly give you 6 to 7 gallons of water. So not too much weight while you're traveling, but enough where you can go boondocking and be off grid for a couple days. Okay, so we moved to the back of the camper now, and here's where the galley and more storage is. So we're gonna start over here on the wall. There's 2 switches. One switch operates the overhead lighting for the galley. The other switch operates the exterior light that you saw on the back of the camper if you need some lighting in the back while the door is down. Next, moving to the overhead cabinetry, you can see that there's a door that goes all the way across from the driver's side to the passenger side, and there's going to be 3 storage units. He has paper towels, sinks, pots, pans, cups, plasticware, all the goodies you're going to need to be cooking off grid while you're boondocking with the camper. As we slide down, you can see the back of the AC unit where it's going to be bringing in the air to cool it down. And on the bottom of the camper is where the water drain goes. Moving from the driver's side to the passenger side, below that, he has a white fuel Coleman lantern. To the side of that, he actually has a couple storage units of shelves where you can put any goodies, kitchen bags, soap, sponges, things like that as well. Moving over to the passenger side, we've got nice drawer systems. And inside the drawers, you can put anything you like. We've got bug repellent and things like that, extra fuel, lots of storage space. Okay, right below the AC unit, he has this cast iron Dutch oven, and he actually recessed it, which is super cool. Put the holes in the bottom of the floor so it sits flush. When you're in a small camper, space is of the premium. And then that reveals a couple 110 outlets with some USB ports. These are only powered up when it's shore power, so if you do want to use those, plugged into the electrical grid. Building the camper at his house with no plans, he was able to build it any way he wanted to, and he was able to give the camper a nice departure angle. With that departure angle though, he did not lose storage space. Here is a floor right here below this door, and inside is where the awning is kept, the poles to the awning's kept, and then this nice Coleman table here sets up, and you can put your Coleman grill or propane grill on it as well. So even in the departure angle, there's more storage right below the floor, and he has his hot dogs or marshmallow skewers set up there as well. Okay, so that wraps up the tour of the camper. We've seen the inside and the outside, the awning, all the additional features that he built into it. And so let me know in the comments your thoughts on how he did, anything that you would have added to the camper, anything that you would have taken away from the camper. And so I'm so thankful that he let me borrow it for the weekend. I really enjoyed using it. For more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see on the channel as well. Thanks for watching.